What's good, YouTube? You're back on S Motorsports. Like you saw in the thumbnail, we're gonna be installing one of the cheapest catch cans I could find on the internet for my 2018 Silverado. So like I said, we're gonna be installing a catch can today, and this one I got off Amazon. It was pretty cheap, honestly, and the surprising part is it's basically identical to the Mishimoto catch can I have on my 2018 Camaro. So I found this and I'm like, oh, it's identical, it's the same thing, and it's a fraction of the price. You don't maybe get some of the hoses and stuff like you do in application-specific catch can for the Camaro, but for like 20-ish bucks, I mean, you can't go wrong. So we're gonna install this today, but first we gotta do a little maintenance and change the oil on the truck, so let's get to it. All right, just like that, we got the oil changed. We are good to go for another how many thousand miles. So let's get into the video today. Like I said, we picked up a cheap oil catch can for the 2018 Silverado. And why do you need this? You need this because this engine is a 6.2, but that doesn't really matter. It is a direct injected engine, just like the 2016 and up Camaros. And a lot of GM vehicles are direct injected. And with that, you don't have the normal fuel injector spraying on the back of the valve to clean the back of the valve. So in the direct injected engines, there's oil that still gets through the PCV valve system, and basically when that hot oil the oil hits that hot back of the valve, it basically sludges up right there, and you get a pile of carbon basically. And so this basically goes in between your PCV valve and the port that's going to your intake manifold to hopefully catch that oil mist and oil particles, so you get a cleaner running engine, and it can also help with detonation and other things. So it's definitely a good thing to do. So let's get into what I picked up. Like I said, I got this off Amazon. I want to say it was like $18 when I got it. You get some fittings and the main portion of the catch can, obviously. Let's take a look. So, as you can see, it looks very similar to the Mishimoto oil catch can and other catch can. I just saw Corsa released a catch can, and it's literally the same thing. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that this was only $18 and the other manufacturers are charging you well over $100 for their version. Obviously, you know, a specific version has, you know, mounting brackets that are gonna work, but it already has a bracket. We just gotta mount this somewhere with the little tiny bracket that's supplied, or do something else. I mean, it's cheap enough where you can do that. So let me open it up quick. So unscrewing this comes out, and you can see this is the same. This is basically identical to what a Mishimoto can is, with a brass filter. And I mean, is it the best? Probably not, but does it do a pretty decent job? Yeah, I think so. On the Camaro, it seems like it catches it quite a bit. So for $18, I mean, it's kind of, why not? Definitely need one on this vehicle, and this is cheap enough where, you know, it just makes sense. So let's basically find where we're gonna mount this, and then we're gonna take the intake off so we have some room and can see what we're doing and where we need to go, and then we'll run some hose. And I picked this up off Amazon too. It is just some 3/8 diameter, inside diameter hose, so nothing super special there. So I was kind of eyeballing up where I could mount this. We are going right here roughly, you know, it doesn't really matter, it's kind of in the center, but what I thought was, it looked like a good spot was basically right here on the truck. If I mount this with the little bracket I don't have to fab anything. It's hollow back here. I can just drill a couple holes. This will work good, and it gives good access to basically emptying out whenever. I think what I'll do is kind of mark up the holes, mount this with the screws that are supplied with it. All right, first we got to take this intake off so we can see where we're trying to get to. One of the ports is right here. So let's make that happen in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, we got the intake off. Now we're gonna take a peek in there too to see how much oil we can see. But now you can get a better picture of where we're trying to go. It is right here, this port. If you can get in there, it's kind of hard to see, but it is right there. And then the hose just comes up and it's going to the intake manifold. So this is basically the PCV right there. You can see it. And then it's drawing air into the intake manifold. So basically we're just splicing the catch can in between these two ports and it's gonna catch the oil. So pretty easy to get to once you take the intake manifold off. So let's take a quick peek. If we can see inside, you can see how it's shiny in there. Yeah, that's oil. So it is a definite must, I'd say, to add a catch can. I don't know why it's taking me this long to do, but it's definitely a good mod. All right guys, so now the next step is we just gotta pop this hose off. So this is the one we're going to be splicing in between. So you just push on the gray connector and it pops right off. And this one should hopefully, oh yeah, nice. Easy. All right, so now we're just gonna mock up. Basically, I'm looking to have this go kind of right there. I think that should be good. Maybe I'll mount a little lower. Somewhere like right there. Confirm, let's see. Oh, there is something on the back side there. So I'm gonna go closer to the outside, probably like right there. Whoa. Whoa, nothing too fancy here. All right, they just give you a couple little items. Some screws, some O-rings. Oh my God, I wish my phone would shut up. Okay, let's get, son of a. All right, let's get the little catch can installed. There, perfect. I mean, that looks pretty good, honestly. You're never even gonna see it. So I think we'll run the hoses kind of through here. That'll be a good direct spot. Then the other one can kind of pop up and go right there. I think that'll work pretty good. So let's open that hose bag. The kit did not come with hose clamps. I mean, I had a bunch, so not a big deal, but you will want to pick up some hose clamps for this installation as well. I'll see if I can find a link on Amazon and put that in. It's just like 3/8 half inch hose clamps. Not a big deal. They should be all over. So let's open up this guy, see what I haven't opened up yet. So we are just gonna lay this out on how we think we're gonna run this. So like I said, I'm gonna get this routed and get this bottom one routed and make the connections and show you what it looks like here. Okay guys, I lied. I needed to reuse the stock quick disconnects and attach it to the hose. The hose was not gonna slide over that. Not gonna work, don't even try. This actually wasn't that bad to take off. All I did was heat up this little portion with like a little torch just for like a few seconds, and then took a knife and just kind of made a little cut, and that was enough to just pop right off. It came off surprisingly easy. So let's get this laid out. We're gonna zip tie it in and connect up the hose and cut the final length, and then that's it. We just gotta throw the intake back on. So let's go. All right guys, we got the catch can all installed. As you can see, it is right there. We got her plumbed up correctly. Make sure that the out of the catch can is going to the intake manifold one right here, the top one. That is the out of the catch can going into the intake manifold, and then the valley of the engine is going to the in of the catch can. So got it all plumbed up. All the hose clamps are tightened. Got it secured pretty good. I just tucked it back there and zip tied it up right here so it's not gonna rub and move around much. I think honestly, once the intake is back on, you won't even see it. So let's get the intake back on again and lickety split. And just like that, the intake is back on. And guys, that's it for today. We got the catch can all installed, and we did this engine a big favor, as it's gonna help keep the oil mist and little fuel vapors out of the intake charge, you know, that contaminates it, and you know, that makes it prone to detonation, and just, it's not good for the engine. Hopefully it'll keep the valves a little bit cleaner, as this thing's got like 74,000 miles-ish. So I mean, it's getting up there, and it can use whatever help it can get. So let's start the truck up quick before we call this one a day, and make sure that there's no check engine lights. All right, guys, we should be good to go. The truck is idling normally like it should, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. If you're new to the channel, if you tuned in for the Silverado content, make sure to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new, make sure to check out the Camaro content. That's also a lot of fun, and I got the Trans Am as well. So something for everyone, basically. So until next time, guys, thanks for joining in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.